Hey guys, Eli Fixes Jeeps here. We're working on this 1955 M38A1. It's a two-owner vehicle. It's got some ignition problems. It's got the original gold leaf lettering from the fire department where it was originally purchased, and then it's been in this one family since it was sold from the fire department. So let's have a look at what we have going on. This is a 24-volt waterproof distributor on the F134 F head that was in these vehicles. This again is 24 volts. Let me grab the coil. So that's the coil, and it sits down in there just like that. It's got points and a condenser and a rotor just like everybody else. Then the cap has these screw terminals with screw wires. They keep it watertight. There's the cap right there where the little button is that goes in the coil. Pretty snazzy stuff for 1955, man. So what's going on with this one is the coil had failed, and if you know about coils, the oil will leak out of them, and you know that's just part of the deal. Well, the little wire that goes from the 24 volt feed, which screws onto here, goes through here. The oil from the coil had rotted the insulation on the on it, so you can see that deteriorated and then finally broke. Somebody somewhere along the lines tried to make some loving on it, you know, with a little deal here. But even if that had worked, that insulation is completely stripped back all the way into the radio suppressor here. So we're going to take that off, re-insulate this wire, because God only knows if we can get another radio noise suppressor. So we're just going to re-insulate that wire with some heat shrink and do a good splice on it, and hopefully get this thing back in service. So here's the radio suppressor for the ignition system. Again, the 24 volt connector plug screws into there, connects up, and this goes up and connects to the positive side of the coil. And as you can see, it's pretty funky, and every bit of insulation has come off of this, and it was just flopping around loose inside the distributor in there. So glad it didn't short anything out and cause any fires. So here's our noise suppressor all cleaned up, and the new little splice on it, a fresh terminal, and a bunch of extra shrink wrap on there to protect it from any places that rub inside that waterproof housing there. And that's her. I'll show you what it looks like when it goes in. All right, so now we've got our top end of our distributor put back together. We went ahead and set our points while we had everything apart. We made a new negative side, and of course we have our ultra insulated positive side here, because that's all gonna tuck down in there and come across the top of the coil. So that's what she looks like when she goes back together. Well, we got her all back together now. You climb in. Tiny little Jeep. Yeah, I love this. Oh, all right. So let's hear these sweet sounds. On. Foot pedal. Man, that is a beautiful sound on a 1955 M38A1.